All right, guys, if you see here, this guy has two very specialized armies. This guy is going to go for extra infantry, and this guy is going for all cavalry. And so here I am. I've come in. Wait, no. Wait. Okay. Thank goodness. One of my teammates joined me, and I'm so frustrated when they do that because I make a specialized army to fight them, and but it looks like he couldn't screw it up. Lunar came in, and he could have screwed up everything, but he didn't. He wasn't strong enough to screw it up. So, I hate that. The other day, an army happened where my teammates came. And I swear, nothing makes me want to quit the game more than that right there. So okay, just not having good teammates, wanting to have good teammates. Okay, it's not showing the fight yet. All right, we're gonna, as soon as this fight pulls up, I'm gonna show you kill 50 units because it was a perfect fight. Now some of you guys might be like, why is Forza getting so excited about this fight? And I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you what it entails, and so just get excited. What is this? Oh, nice. Okay, hold on. What I need to do, it looks like they're sending a 3 million man army over here. It's perfect. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my army in here, and I'm going to pull these guys back. The advantage that you have when you're a defender is that you can just go, start mission, instantly pull everything back. So now what we can do as a team, we already sent those guys flying. I don't know why they're trying to fight us right next to our base. They're a lot stronger than us, so I think they think, bully this smaller realm, but they're trying to do it right next to our base so we can create custom-made perfect fights and just literally kill twice as many of them for every one of us that they kill. And so we can just dominate these guys even though they're stronger than us because they keep sending these long-range armies over to us. But the problem that we're having right now is that we're not coordinating well. And the other day I sent out an army, and one of my teammates joined in a bunch of his armies, and it threw off all the order, and we just absolutely got decimated. So really frustrating, or not decimated. We still won, but we lost more military power than we gained. And I would have, if he had not screwed it up, we would have killed twice as many of them as they had killed of us in military power. But oh well. So okay, so I'm gonna pull these guys back too, because I don't need to pull them back. I don't need them to be here anymore. And then I'm gonna, I guess, refresh the game to make sure that I can really show how awesome. Oh, it's still not showing up. Okay, let's reload the game. Okay, I'm pulling up the list. Why in the world is it not showing up? PvP. Raid against. Here we go. Raid. Here we go. Okay, this is it. Let's watch it. Okay, so I knew what army he had, and so I picked an army that was plus 70% against elves, and all of his army is geared towards either infantry or cavalry. So I chose an all archery. All archery approach, and so he's got, I'm getting plus 70% this way and that way, and it just makes it way stronger. You can see this. He had 60 morale. I just killed him, and I lost not even 20% of my troops. And then I have Belize. This guy, he chose an all focused towards cavalry approach. And so I'm getting plus 70% on these two guys, and then his cavalry, I'm getting on my ints, my int is getting a plus 100% against him, and on both of those guys. So, you know, again, same thing here. I have 70 morale. I'm not even going to go down below 60, and he's, you know, just lost all 60 of his. So I killed 10 million of his army strength and only lost 3.8. Sorry, I missed that wrong. Their realm has 10 million and our realm only has 4 million. So they're bullying us. But if you look at this, I defeated 236,000 army strength of them and only lost 50k of my own troops. So I killed 5 times as many troops as they did. And so that's what I love about this game. Not only is it not nearly as pay to win as a lot of the other games like this, but it allows you to really work with a team. A lot of these games, you know, it'll be like a 15% bonus. So, you know, these different things. But in here, it's like 100% bonus. And so if you're strategic, you can just decimate. Like I just did there. I killed 5 times as many troops. His realm is over twice as strong as our realm, but if everyone in my realm played this way and we were able to get, you know, 5 kills for every 1 loss, we would end up decimating these guys. They would be like, we don't know what just happened. We just got absolutely obliterated by a smaller clan. And I love that, a smaller realm, and I love that about this game. So I've gotten pretty good at kind of manipulating. You need to make sure you have lots of troops in stockpile so that you can kind of plan it. We'll wait until, honestly, because I'm not sure about this team, the team I have, I might wait until this thing actually arrives in 3 hours, this 3 million, and see what my team does. If my team goes at it, and it looks like this guy's sending troops there to put them on watch, and so I don't know if other people will put them on watch as well, but what I'll do is I'll just wait and see what my team does. And if they're willing to coordinate with me, then we, you know, this is going to be great. But if they're not willing to coordinate with me, then what I'll do is I'll just let them attack. And then once they've weakened the army, then I'll come in and make a specialized force. Because my team just isn't working together. And it's so frustrating. And honestly, I'm thinking about quitting the game just because I can't find a team that works well together. It just feels like the teams that are working well together aren't interested in me. I mean, I was like 3 weeks to a month late in joining this server, so I'm a lower level. I'm only level 74, whereas a lot of these guys, you know, some of the guys that started from the beginning are level 90. And you know, that sucks, but at the same time, it is what it is. What I really kind of want to do is when a new server starts on this game, getting a bunch of you guys to play with me, and we create a team of 15 that actually works together, because this game is pretty incredibly free to play compared to the other games like it. I'll want us all to spend like $1, but I can pay for that. I'll buy your $1 to get the extra builder and the extra gems, and so I could buy for the other 15 people, the other 14 people, the $1, and then we could play. So I don't know if you guys are up for that, but I'm thinking about quitting this server just because, or quitting the game essentially until a new server comes, just because I can't find a team that works there. The other day, like I told you, I had a perfect specialized. I had 1.3 million that I was gonna attack at this tower, and they had 2.6, and I was gonna beat them even though they had twice the strength of me. And one of my teammates came in and placed his troops, and it like filled out all of these different slots, and it messed up the entire order of who my troops were attacking of their troops. And so we won because he added like 1.3 million as well, or 1.5 million as well. And so we actually ended up having a stronger force than their 2.6. But what was really sad about it is when you looked at the log, we lost 1.2 million and they lost like a million. So we lost more power even though we won the battle. And the whole point of that fight for me was to kill twice as many or more of them than they have killed of us. And I just need a team that will coordinate with me. Okay, well, let's see what happens with this 3 million man army. I'm going to let it get to the base. And then once it gets to the base, we'll see what my team does. And hopefully they don't screw this up. All right, guys, I am so frustrated right now. You can see here that they attacked, obviously that it's here. And I've been trying to coordinate with the team, and there's just nothing. It just doesn't seem like people care, and they're just going to let them take the orbs, which the orbs isn't that big of a deal, but the opportunity for us to kill a 2 million man army on our terms, like it's 20 minutes away from us, they can't counterattack, they can't throw in extra troops to throw off the order. We can custom make an army to take over this army, and we're just gonna let them get away with it, And it's a little bit harder for me because you can see these guys are targeted against elves, and obviously you can only choose one race, so I am all elves. Now it's not that I could still do a crazy amount of damage to these guys, but I just can't take them out by myself, if that makes sense. Like, I can't take out a 3 million. I might be able to take a 3 million man army, but I only have an hour window of raiding, and that they're raiding, and so I would have had to send several armies. And the problem is I could custom make an army for the first 6, right? And they come in, they would dominate and do amazing on those first 6, but then they would have to be repeated. Like my same army would have to fight the last 6, and they would not be targeted up at all. And so I'd lose so many of the troops that I ended up gaining by attacking the first 6. Like, I might have really dominated in the first 6. Maybe I killed 2 or 3 times as many of them as they kill of me. But then the last 6 would do so much extra damage that it would just make it more of a wash. And so I'm frustrated that we just can't seem to. It doesn't seem like my realm cares, and they don't really want to play. And some of you might be like, Forza, why do you care so much about this game? Like, the only reason you started playing it is because you were sponsored to play it. And that's a good point. I just like strategy. I like deep strategy games, and turn-based strategy or time-based strategy games like this one that's free to play I enjoy it. I enjoy when I can use my mind, and even though it's just numbers on a page reading, ultimately it's still a blast to be able to stretch my mind like that. I enjoy the strategy of it. And so it just stinks to not have, a group that will be willing to actually try. We're on the 3rd island. Like, these guys, we should be dominating, or we should at least be working together well. We lost a war against Epocha, which is the #1 realm in the game. So you think, yeah, like we're up there, and but no, they're kind of giving up. And I think apparently we lost a lot of our leadership. That was before I even joined this realm, and so it just makes me sad because I really enjoyed the strategy of it all, and wanting to kind of we have 14 million just sitting here in our base that could easily take them out. And because they came to our terms, we could take out that 3 million and only lose maybe 1 to 1.5 million of our army. They let us fight on our terms, and we're still just letting them get away with it. So it just makes me realize that this realm doesn't care. They're dying. It's a few weeks in. And maybe, I did start late on this realm. Like, I started because of the sponsorship, and they were wanting to promote the newest server that just came out a few weeks ago. in the time that my last video, the sponsored video, came out, it was a brand new server that day. I had to join a server that had already been around for a little bit, and so I'm really behind, but I'm still outperforming most people just because I'm being strategic about it. And I love that. I love that about games, that you can not be like, I thought that this was a really big commitment game. Like, even in my sponsored videos, I said, oh, well, it's not pay to win, but there is an element of it that's like time to win, you know, or activity to win. But I would push back. I would say it's definitely strategy to win. I have been able to beat, I have to play more defensively, but I've been able to take 2 to 3, and I mean, you saw earlier in this episode, 5 times as many of their troops as they took out of mine. That was a good battle. I don't get that all the time, but getting 2 to 1 is pretty common. And so if you're getting 2 to 1, then it doesn't matter if you're really far behind. You can beat people that are a lot stronger than you. So I'm really curious what you guys think. Would it be fun? I think it would be fun if 15 of us on a new server sometime created a series, and we did it. 15 of us. Nevo, I already talked to Nevo. He said he's in, but maybe getting 13 more people, me, Nevo, and 13 others, to play this game, but from the day the server starts. I'll buy the $1 to get us all started, and it's just be a matter of, getting on, keeping your builders active, and then really trying to dominate a server, because this game is really free to play. And I would argue that if we worked together and we got on voice chat during a war, which doesn't happen that often, but during the wars, if we got on voice chat and we played it, we would just decimate, people like this, that they're just bullying us, and it'd be so easy for us to get an advantage. So I think I'm going to quit. This isn't fun to play with people who aren't, that active. If we were, I might actually go back to my old realm, Hispania. Oh, wow, they're at the top. I don't know if they'll even have me back. Look at that. My old realm is now at the top. So I'll go ask them and see if they'll have me back. But if they don't accept me, then I'm just gonna quit, because even though we're on a more advanced island, I'm not interested in playing with people that aren't wanting to stretch our minds, because it feels lame. Like I said, I did this one big fight, and I was gonna totally decimate an army twice my size, and then my teammate threw in a bunch and not only messed up the fight, but caused me to lose. We won the fight, but he didn't think strategically. Some people, when they play this game, they just think the number. I have 3 million, it's going to kill your 2 million. And that's a horrible way to think in this game. The way to think in this game is using the numbers. 1.5 million can easily take on a 3 million man army, 3 million power army, if you know what you're doing. So I really like that about this game. But if Hispania doesn't accept me back, then I think I'm just going to be done for this server. But I'm really curious what you guys think, both if you're wanting to play with me, if you know me, and you're like, oh yeah, I'd be up for really I love the strategy of like a chess game, but this is way more intense. I'd be in. It'd be like it is a 10-week commitment. So don't say, oh yeah, whereas I'm in, if you're not willing to play with us for 10 weeks. It's not a crazy amount of commitment each day, but you would have to stay active for 10 weeks, a few hours, not even a few hours a day. Get on for a few minutes throughout the day is how you have to be active. So you need to log in probably at least 3 times a day. But you could be on for only 10 minutes, really. And just as long as you're like, oh, what are we doing now? Okay, I'll send my troops where you want me to send them. I can even do the thinking for you. You just have to keep things going. And so I'm really curious what y'all think. I obviously would not, this game is not like Frostborn, where I can go do some PvP and just, keep the whole episode entertaining. So it'd be kind of something like this episode or my sponsored episode where I'm playing a little bit and then I play a little bit and then I play a little bit, and you gotta see a story arc throughout it. Those would be the episodes, and I probably would just do like maybe 2 or 3 episodes every island, because there's 4 islands. But I think it would be a lot of fun to get 15 people who are serious. Again, you could commit to only 30 minutes a day, but you'd have to spread that 30 minutes out throughout your day, so that maybe every 8 hours you're logging on. But I think it'd be really cool to try to take the main island and just use and be free to play and show how free to play this game is by being really strategic and smart. That sounds fun to me. Curious what you guys think, both in playing with me, but also would y'all be interested in watching an episode like that? I know this game is more like a chess game, so you might think, wow, this is not going to be as exciting as Frostborn. I promise to make it at least as exciting, if not more exciting, than this episode and my last Arkheim episode, which I think is somewhat entertaining. Again, we're looking with numbers, we're playing with numbers, but if you like strategy and you like seeing, oh yeah, I see how you totally outplayed that person, then I think that could be some pretty cool episodes. So let me know what you think in the comments. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.